Hello everyone, today we need to talk about Park Shin Hye's current project selection as a pattern, not as isolated titles, because the sequence of Dr. Slump, The Judge from Hell, and Undercover Miss Hong reveals a deliberate move away from being defined by one genre. In 2024, Dr. Slump placed her in a story about burnout and emotional recovery. Later that year, The Judge from Hell turned her into a demon-linked anti-hero, and by 2026, Undercover Miss Hong moved her into retro workplace investigation and comedy. This sequence is important because Park Shin Hye's older public image was easy to summarize: romantic sincerity, emotional vulnerability, Hallyu familiarity, and accessible heroine energy. Her newer choices are harder to reduce. One role asks her to collapse quietly under professional pressure, another asks her to punish criminals with supernatural menace, and another asks her to hide inside a false identity while investigating corporate wrongdoing. That shift changes the way audiences argue about her. In earlier years, fan debates often centered on chemistry, crying scenes, and whether her characters were too passive or too familiar. Now the conversation has more range. Viewers can debate whether she works best in healing drama, fantasy revenge, workplace comedy, or crime-driven narratives. That is a healthier kind of public conversation for a veteran actress, because it means her career is no longer trapped inside one question. The second pregnancy announcement in April 2026 adds another layer to this pattern, because it arrives at the exact moment when her career had become more varied. Instead of stopping after a single comeback, she had built several different screen identities, making the question of her next project more intriguing rather than less. So the most interesting Park Shin Hye story right now is not simply family, not simply ratings, and not simply nostalgia. It is reinvention under real-life conditions. She is proving that an actress can marry, become a mother, return to leading roles, take genre risks, and still remain central to public discussion. The question now is whether her next chapter will deepen that reinvention, or turn it into a completely new standard for Korean actresses of her generation.